This is a practice that focuses on the knee. There's a lot of muscles that support the movement in the knee. And fortunately, with some injuries in my past, I've learned a lot about how to engage those muscles. So let's begin. Come to a seated position. In the seated position, stretch your legs out. Some of us need a little elevation to do that in order to sit comfortably. So as you stretch your legs out, take your hands on your right leg and just move your kneecap around. Now move it forward and back toward your toes and toward the pelvis to see how much movement there is there. And move it from one side to the other. See how much movement you have there, left to right. Take your hands to the opposite kneecap, and on your left kneecap, again, just move it forward and back. It's a way to bring our attention to the area that we'll be practicing on, the muscles that support this area. And now left and right. And notice how you might have more movement on one side than the other. It's quite common for the movement of the kneecap in toward the midline, that tends to be a little bit tighter for many people, and there's even a surgical method of releasing that lateral movement to just get a little bit more freedom in the knee. So now that you've brought your attention to the knee, let's focus on the muscles that support movements. So as we begin, usually we end our practice in supine position, and we'll be doing that. But I'd like to first just focus on the hamstrings. When the backs of our legs, the hamstrings get long, we need to shorten the front side of the leg. So to facilitate that, grab a strap or whatever you have that you can put around your right foot. As you lie down and take your strap around the base of the right toes, lift your foot up and lift your heel as high as possible. Keep a nice spread on the toes and hold on to the strap in two hands, but take your hands nice and wide apart. I think for most of us, the opposite leg, the left leg, should be bent. So as you plant your foot, that just allows for a nice, stable action in the pelvis so that you can take all of your attention to the lifted leg and keep on reaching your toes slightly forward as you keep a nice engagement of the front side of the leg. And you feel a nice stretch to the back side of the leg. You can bend your knee and release the strap. And let's take the left foot up and press the base of the toes into the strap. Reach your heel high. You can park your foot down. Many of us can straighten the bottom leg without there being much distance between the back of the thigh and the mat. But for most of us, the bent leg position tends to work best. As you draw your toes forward and breathe into the stretch, you also engage the front side of the thigh very firmly. And just invite yourself to get more of a stretch there. Now release the strap. Now that you've got this awareness to the back side of the knee area, let's roll over to bring our awareness to the side muscle, the IT band. And as you do this, as you come to a standing position, cross your right leg in front of your left and just walk your feet pretty wide apart if possible. And as you just come to a forward fold, just feel a little bit of stretch here through the outside of the leg. You can take your hands to the floor, or if you've got blocks, use those. And as you just move slightly side to side, move the pelvis slightly side to side, you get this awareness to the outer hip area. And you can lift yourself up as you're ready and cross your legs the opposite way. So take your left foot, cross the foot in front. And as you pull your feet in toward each other, come to a forward bend. And same thing, you can just move easily side to side. And as you're ready, you can lift yourself up. So, as we continue this work around the knee to get both strength and more flexibility, come to the front of your mat. As you come to the front of the mat, stand tall with your feet parallel. Step your left foot back, bend your back knee, draw your back knee down as if you're trying to reach the mat. And you'll know as you draw down, you'll know when it's gone a little bit too far. We'll do a few of these repetitions. With the back heel lifted, you're drawing the knee down and lifting up and down very slowly and up. Step the back foot forward and do that with the second side. So as you step your right foot back, with your hip points parallel, with your back knee bent, you draw down toward the mat and up and down again and up and again, down, up. One last time, bend the back knee so that it draws down toward the mat and you lift it up. Step to the front of the mat. On the in breath, reach your arms up and slightly back. On the exhale breath, come down to a forward fold where you'll step back to either all fours position or a plank position to lower yourself all the way to the mat. Once you're on the mat, bend your knees, engage your feet nicely. Draw your heart forward and lift up. Exhale, soften. Now we're stretching the front side of the body as we just pulse up and use the strength of our back muscles to lift up and just gently float down and lift up again and slowly draw down. Take your strap now. Place your strap around your right foot. Just make a loop and take the loop around the foot, around the top of the foot. Hold on to the strap with both hands. You can let your left foot just draw down. As you pull the strap to draw the foot closer to the buttocks, resist with your foot so you get this nice lengthening action, a nice strengthening action. Keep your foot active, your leg engaged as you engage your hands to pull the foot toward the buttocks. The foot resists, so you just build a lot of strength in the knee area. You can release that and come to the opposite side. Take your loop around your left foot. Can be a little awkward to do so. So find your foot, take your strap in both hands. And in the same way, we were just doing resist with strength to the leg as you push the foot back and pull on the strap to bring it forward. Some of you are quite flexible in this area, so you can take your hand to the foot, but the strap is probably most accessible to all of us. You keep your breath very active, and you certainly keep the leg active. So you're just strengthening those muscles as we're doing today to support the knee. And as you're ready, you can release the strap off of the foot. Now come to lie on your back. As you lie on your back, bend your knees. Place your right ankle to the outer left knee. Draw the left thigh close to you so you can interlace your fingers right at the belly of the hamstrings, right in the middle of the thigh. For some of us, using a strap really makes sense because the knees come so close. The right knee will come so close to you, and you'll lose that lumbar curve so fully. So you want to take the left knee back, move your right knee back as well. Your legs, even though it appears so passive, your legs are really active. You're engaging all the way from spreading the toes to the pelvis. You can hold this pose. In this practice, we're going through several poses that should be repeated very frequently. If you can stay in the poses much longer, it will certainly be to your benefit. When you're ready to come out of the pose, we can change sides by taking the left ankle to the outer right knee. And again, you can interlace your fingers just at the belly, at the middle there of the hamstrings. And as you interlace your fingers or take the strap in that same area, hold on to the strap so that you can reach your left knee away. You still get nice opening here. You keep your right foot active as if it's trying to press toward the wall behind you. And you just get this nice opening. You'll feel it in your pelvis. It will strengthen the areas of the knee, strengthen those muscles that support the knee. And as you're ready, you can release your foot. Slowly come out of the pose to a seated position. So there you have it, just a few poses that will strengthen and support the knee. Repeat this practice so that you can keep that full support to your knee. Thank you so much for the practice. Namaste.